Nico, what are the app improvements that you've picked up on?
So if we jump to apps, let's talk about the ones that have been notably improved and features have been added upon. Let's start with the Passwords app. So passwords on iOS have always been buried in the settings. And now all of those passwords are now living inside a Passwords app. So you'll find it on your home screen, and it'll be all of the passwords that you've had synced before. If you've got iCloud, if you've got autofill on, and if you've got iCloud keychain enabled, then those passwords will be synchronized across all of your devices, including Windows devices. So if you use Windows and have an iCloud account and download the iCloud for Windows app, we'll also bring those passwords across as well. So I started using this once the beta came on, and beta. Woo. And I think what I like about it the most is it arranges the passwords in categories, and one of the categories is like a critical category, and it's actually determined which one of your passwords are easily guessable, haven't changed in a long time, or just simply aren't strong enough. And they put this app puts that on front and center. What I've found is, because I've been embedded in this ecosystem for quite some time, there's services I don't really use anymore. So it's actually turned into an awareness type campaign where it's kind of made me aware of passwords that, I'm not really using anymore. I can clean up shop. The less passwords you have saved, the better, really. But also, this is an avenue for you to save all of the passwords that meet all of the correct complexity levels, store them into one place. Also, it's where you save your pass keys. I might throw it to Will to explain what that is and where that's going.
Yeah, exactly. A pass key essentially is a passwordless authentication method. So when you log into a system, let's say Facebook, it might come up with some options, and one of those might be sign in with Facebook, it might be sign in with Google, sign in with Apple might be on there. That sign in with Apple can actually create what's called a token, and the token saves to your device locally. Now, you can also share those through iCloud. So it just means that any device that's signed into the same iCloud can automatically sign in to whatever service it is. You don't have to remember a password. It saves your credentials and it just ties it to, let's say, an email address or your username for that account. You don't even have to type that in either. You can just hit sign in with Apple. It'll do the smarts to go and search what's called keychain on your Mac or on your iPhone. Pull that credential and go, cool, I know who you are. Here's access, open sesame, go at it. So it's a new kind of functionality that we're seeing in a lot of enterprise apps. A lot of business apps are starting to use it and starting to pick up on it. We're actually testing it internally at Mac Center. So if you want to know more, I'm happy to talk your ear off about it.
Moving along, Photos. So Photos got a massive update. The UI immediately looks different. You've got your photos sort of in the top 2/3 of the screen, and then you've got on the bottom third, you've got access to stuff that you want to see the most. So what I found really interesting with it is it's now customizable. So that bottom third, you've got your access to your albums. You also got access to featured photos, so it intelligently chooses photos that might mean something significant to you. It always suggests my daughter or my dog to me.
Yep.
You also have recent days, trips, people and pets. It picks up your pets now. And then pinned collections, so collections that you frequent the most, that you can access really quickly instead of having to go into each of the sort of buried options in there. So I found it immediately useful. I'm starting to use my shared library a lot now, and that for those who don't know what that is, that's if you've got people inside your sort of iCloud family, you can share your library. You can choose to share photos within your library to them, and vice versa, which is really good, especially if you've got kids and
family members.
If you're consolidating trip photos and stuff, it's really good for that. A tidbit. There's other utility, what do you want to call them? Albums or ways to view. So if you've recently amended a photo, that it'll actually create its own option or view to access those. So I've over time amassed a lot of photos. Even previous to iPhone, I've brought some of the DSLR pics from back in the day as well. And you might have, say, stumbled on one because it was in a memory. You could make an adjustment to, say, the, brightness or exposure, and then forget about it. Mm-hmm. But then you're like, oh, I wonder where that photo is. You go to the ones that you recently edited, which is somewhere where you can go now, and you can see it right there. So it's becoming more.
Go all the way back.
Or try and remember exactly which one it was. So I found that feature really cool too. Last pro tip as well is you can copy and paste edits in the Photos app. So if you've tweaked one and you've got photos within that same day or same sort of vibe, are we using that word? Vibe, there it is. You can paste that exact set of edits across multiple.
But it doesn't actually let you save it as its own preset like it would in Adobe, right? It's just a copy and paste.
I think it's just a copy paste, yeah.
But I'm sure we'll probably see that
maybe it'll become a template. Who knows? Yeah. Good pickup. Any comments on photos? Have you guys? You guys running iOS 18 beta? Thoughts?
I've been using it quite a bit. The search functionality is a lot better. Being able to search against your albums, my dad's birthday is coming up at the end of this month, and I want to send him some photos of him being a goofball, and I can just search his name and then maybe a trip in Italy we went to, or he loves cars, so I can say find photos of dad with car, and he'll just go and aggregate all that for you. So you don't have to go scrolling back of I remember a trip in 2012. It's just straight there, which is great.
You just mentioned trips. There's a new view called Trips, and it takes the location data of each of the photos and then kind of combines them together. Which is really cool because half the time you just want to look back, or you're with friends and you're like, hey, let's exactly. So that's super cool.
It's only going to get better as well.
Moving along to messages. So in addition to being able to add bold, italics, underline, strike through, you can apply these playful animated effects to any letter, word, phrase, or emoji. So you can have these things sort of dance around on your screen. Oh, I'm elated. You can now tap back with an emoji, a sticker, including live stickers. I do enjoy my live stickers. Yeah. Have you messed around with it?
I haven't yet.
You could literally take a photo, and you know how you can do like a long press on a subject, and it kind of just crops it out.
Oh no, yes, I think I have actually used it by accident.
You can convert that into a sticker. And then it puts it into like a sticker library.
Yeah, and then you can access it.
It's like creating instant memes of your loved ones. It's the best. Great for trolling. Yeah. That's the feature. Messages does send later now. I think a big one for people outside of the iOS ecosystem, RCS, rich communication services. So being able to have read receipts, delivery receipts. I think this also, correct me if I'm wrong, Will, it also includes like the thumbs up, the love, that stuff?
It very well may do. Yeah, it might not extend to all of the emojis. It might just be
the basic ones,
kind of standard file we've got at the moment.
So my partner has a Nothing. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Nothing before, but it's a up and coming kind of.
Is it just an empty pocket?
No, it's sort of like an up and coming new brand, which is actually really exciting and great. And I actually love the brand. I think some of the design elements are very, very close to Apple, and they're quite cool. So I got him into that, and he's actually got one of those phones, and it does actually receive like the thumbs up and the ha-ha, but it's slightly different. It's not the same as what an iPhone would receive it as.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that'll probably get better as well as it goes along.
But it does kind of move it closer to almost feature parity when it comes to, that differentiation between blue versus green.
Well, that's going to completely disappear. And I know, again, with the nothing, in Europe, they actually have already got rid of that.
Right.
So it just hasn't come to Australia yet for them. So, I think that will be a sort of blue versus green will be a thing of the past eventually.